Good day to everybody, and thank you. And this applause that you're giving us, you're making it to the wonderfulness of these images that every year shows us how beautiful Italy is and how this event becomes very beautiful from the 11th to 15th of June and goes for 2,200 kilometers. I'll tell you immediately, I'll unveil the secret, because near our authorities today, who will give way to this press conference of 2024, we have a surprise, because we have the two, the granted and the with the legends. Afterwards, we will tell you exactly an anecdote of what is linking to the financial guards. And one of the most important things that the Miglia wants to show of 150 years of the financial guards. Of course, I'm saying hello to everybody in streaming. And of course, the classicals of Miglia are very, very interesting. This year, it will be anti-clockwise, and we will go for the first time to Torino, and not only. But this is the job of Giuseppe Cherubini, who's arriving later, and who will also arrive, Laura Castelletto, which is the mayor. So I have great pleasure to thank and ask to do the honors, Andrea Poli, Councillor, good day, and please.
Grazie.
Thank you very much. It's always very emotional, very moving for us as administration, for this whole city as well, to come back to this annual appointment of Miglia. The identity of this race and this reenactment, this historic reenactment, is together with an identity of the territory and the engines and everything that fuels our territory, which is strongly characterized by this reenactment. I would like to thank, first of all, the organizers, the sponsors, the Automobile Club, Miglia SRL, because in this organizational route, it's not very simple. It's a complex event to organize. There has been a lot of listening, a lot of participation to make this city live as much as possible within this event. Obviously, the reenactment, the historical reenactment, and the characteristical tract of Brescia comes from far. However, it is not taken for granted that this whole route is also, this whole path is also modern. We have to reinvent ourselves. We have to have new novelties, and we have to have modern characteristics. And this has to be very down to earth, and we have to be very concrete for Brescia. And because this puts Brescia on the map, it shows the whole world. It makes us very international, and we put ourselves in a showcase, and we show the beauties of our city to all the crews and the tourists, especially, that come to Brescia to follow this event. This is important because it gives a proof, evidence that this path between public and private administrations, everything wants to be improved, and everything wants to improve the welcoming of the teams and the way the company works to give them maximum contribution or support from the city. And we also like to recognize the organizers who have enhanced this very much. It is a very important event for us, and this edition, and those who will follow will understand, because we're coming out from a very difficult year, which was a bit important for us, which was Bergamo, Brescia, the capital of culture. We understood and we realized that tourism can be objectively a very important economical development for our city. And such an important brand, so well known around the world as Miglia, cannot be but an important asset for the city and for us, and in order to bring results and make everybody enjoy this whole event, also economically. The last passage I would like to say, the last step I would like to say, is the pride that we have to be parts of this adventure, because it's undoubtable that our city lives and feels this race as its own child, if you allow me to say so. It's something that is within our culture, and that every year is repeated, and every year gives us the opportunity to be very, very proud to be people from Brescia. This is also very important. It's not banal, it's not stupid, because being from Brescia is represented in excellences in Miglia and in the whole organization that takes this brand not only around Italy during the enactment, but also around Europe and around the world during all the events that are organized. So I believe it is always very important to remember that this pride of Brescia is not only something that comes from afar, but something that has to be renovated every year and allows our city to always be more and more felt and loved. The program is an intense program. It's not up to me, obviously, to present it, but I would like to say that this is a perfectly set program, set within the organization, and it's been set completely with what the city has decided to do. We have accepted the organizer's decision to bring everything back to the Piazza della Loggia, like the prize-giving ceremony. And we'd like to get back to the old paradigm which was before. The fact that we offered with extreme conviction, the fact that the cars can come back to park within the city freely, and this is something that they will be part of the city. We hope that the teams and the tourists will be able to enjoy all the things that Brescia has to offer. And this enters into this is something that we are showing as the urban part of our city. We hope also guaranteeing a visibility and an economic image to Brescia, which we're very proud of and very grateful for. We will see each other in the next few months to understand what we can do, what we as administration can do to help the organizers, to give them always a more modern and captivating setting for this race. And you as organizers, we would like to understand your needs and your requirements so everything can be constantly improved. The wish that we have is that this can be an edition of great success, of great interest all over the national territory, and that in some way it can represent a new start after a very bad moment that we had during COVID, during coronavirus, and to go back to have this emotion, this movement, this very good feeling for the people, for the city, and for everybody.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you to Andrea Poli. Thank you. I like the fact that you reminded the fact of this relationship between tradition and history and innovation. It's also a way of reminding everybody that tribute Miglia with Ferrari and the hypercards and the green, and also with an initiative which last year we experimented, but which is the autonomous driving, which this year will have another evolution. So regarding these themes, we would like to speak to Aci Brescia President Arte Bonomi. Thank you, buongiorno, good evening everybody. For now, I hope that I'm asking again, after many years again, that the politicians and the politicians know we want to do the foundation, and I hope at the end of this year, maybe we can do it. I hope a contribution from you, because words, we've given them a lot for years. We've been, at least for me, 16 years that I'm speaking about this project. I hope that finally we can take this to the end, and it means to link forever Brescia, Miglia Brescia, and Miglia Italy. Most of all, I remind you also that in the past, somebody didn't want want to start in Brescia, and they wanted it to start from somewhere else. But I also remember that this political side, who was on that side without making any problems, I hope that this year they have the force and the want to take the matter in hand and give a great strength and give it objectively, give a hand in always to pacify all the hearts, and that we can start it again. I don't want to be polemical, I just want to be constructive. In the last years we've done this, we worked together, and I hope that finally we can manage to do this project which is very important for us, Miglia, but most of all important for Brescia and for Italy. So regarding today is the 12th Miglia that we're doing as Miglia SRL, and we did 12 years 2 days ago on Wednesday, and this is for us a great link. I'd like also to say that the internationalization that has been created in the past years and the heritage has contributed to the novelty, and also our CEO and everything that has been done and the projects that have been created and will be created. Miglia is really giving something very important to Brescia and to Italy. This year, we tried very hard to try innovation, also to try and bring the great lymph to Miglia, going to the schools, telling the children what we're doing, and reminding them also what Miglia is. And I also think that it's also important to look at the past, look always to the past, but it's also important to give a future prospectus. And we're working on this. And so I compliment myself with Miglia SRL, the director, the CEO, and all the people that work at Miglia on work on these projects, because it's very important for us to take this ahead. We've called this Miglia Goes to School, and it's us that goes to school to learn how to behave and to be better, and we do this for the kids. Another thing that we want to do is also to involve the town, is that we start with the mansions and the cars and the historical part of Miglia and the historical part of the town. And it's also important, the Brescia culture. Last year we got idea from that last year, and we continue that this year. We've done also something very particular, and that we'll do in these days, with the hospitals, with the Civile Hospital, to say hello to the little children in the Oncohematology Bone and Marrow Transport Center, and seeing that they're in hospital. We take them to see the cars, we take the cars to see them, and maybe some of their families can come to the paddock and see what they can have to get a smile, a little bit more smile. There's the Red Cross, and we will speak to you about that. What we are doing is something very important for our town. The race, it's linking the race to the city center, and as was done and said by the councillor, this very important contribution this year, it says that we will have Miglia back into the city center with the exposition of the cars. I think that when we will do our end in Piazza Lodge on next Saturday, I think that besides this, there is also a great thank you to do to the force, police, and they thank us that without them we cannot do it. So I'd like to say a big applause to the police and to all the organization, and good luck to everybody for this week. Thank you, President. Thank you very much to the President of ACI Brescia, Aldo Bonomi. He spoke of arriving at a finish line. A good happy birthday, and a happy birthday to Miglia SRL, to Beatrice Sautina. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you that you're here, also the ones who are connected online. Miglia 2024, we can summarize it in three important moments. One, more than 2,200 kilometers in a route that will be in an anti-clockwise sense, passing as in 1947 and 1948, passing through Turin, which is the city leg, and then from Genova, where we will have lunch, which is also the European Capital of Sport 2024. The route, as we said, is very fascinating, very complicated and difficult. Those who will follow it will tell us, the ones who will follow it will tell us all about the various trials that will happen, all the sporting aspects, and also epical of the roads. This time I would like to speak also how fascinating and difficult the route will be, which will be for us our brand, which has been very complicated and difficult for us over the years, but it has been very important, and the way we have made it an international brand. And so today we are present with the warm-ups, which are moments in which the crews from foreign countries can train for the Miglia. We have the warm-up USA in the Washington DC area, which will be in October. We just carried out the warm-up in Switzerland, and in September we'll have the warm-up in Austria. This is a completely new thing. It's completely first time in Austria. In September we also have the Festa Miglia in Japan. Then we will have other moments which have the task of making the sensation and the emotions of Miglia alive, which are the experience of Miglia, which carried out in December in the Arab Emirates. We have the first time in November where there will be the debut in China, and this was presented in China in the last few weeks, and the new warm-up will continue in China in November, and then they will also have Florida next February and Greece. So as you can see, these are very important events which will be alongside the Italian events, which are Miglia Green, Miglia Experience, and Sorrento Roads. A very important mention must be made with a great pleasure to the Coppa delle Alpi, which this year, which was connected to the Great Alpine Journey, which was the demonstration, and we thank very much the CEO Alberto Piantoni, who strongly believed in this project. It was the demonstration of how Miglia goes beyond the brand and is also a brand, and it goes beyond the race and is also a brand, and it can take part actively in the development, both economically and social, of the areas, and which is more sustainable and in a solidarity way. So proudly we mention this as a starting point, not an arrival point, but a starting point for our future and the future of the brand of Miglia. We have repeated it many times that Miglia is obviously a race, but it goes beyond the race. It's also a brand. And in order to be a brand, we need a logo, we need a name, we need a history, we need something in which we believe. So we can conclude that Miglia isn't only a brand now, it has always been a brand. Starting from the name, which is simple but resounding, concrete and solid, with an arrow which directs towards the future, which is what Miglia has done since the beginning of its existence in 1927. It is absolutely something very current, very something of today, but it respects the history and the past, and it absolutely keeps our vision towards the future. So to do this, I would also like to say and to thank all our partners who really, with the great support that they give us, and we thank them, but not only the economical support, but also participation and sharing of our line, of our route. They allow us to carry out every year something every year more beautiful and more challenging. Thank you to the partners, to the participants, the spectators, and thank you to the people who along the route admire and support our beautiful race.
Thank you, President. Thank you. Thank you also for these wonderful words that really remind us that it's a brand, but it's not only a brand. It's a history, but there is also necessary for ideas, for innovation. Also, Bonomi before spoke about this race that we arrived at, and the foundation is something that they want to do. Then there's a calendar that Beatrice Sautina spoke to us. There's no longer a month where there's nothing that we don't do around the world with Miglia. One of the souls and of innovation of this want to look at the future is, of course, the CEO, Alberto Piantoni. Well, welcome, Alberto. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your work.
I had to take some notes down.
It's a threat.
No, a few days ago, I was asked Why is Miglia special? I thought it was a bit obvious. We live it every year, but I actually sat down and thought to actually try and answer in a clear way as possible. Well, in the meantime, Miglia, it's not that I didn't say it, but is a traveling museum. Today we can say it's a traveling collection which moves around the world. It is definitely a unique experience which travels between art, design, and technology. Technology is important because it is that our transporting and traveling into the future, which is the tradition of Miglia, the way of making these cars not only able to challenge the actual race, but to give a service to people. Miglia is special because it crosses through Italy, the artistic sides, the beauties, but also its social value and passional value is very important. We are a strange population, but the passion and the sense of responsibility is very strong. And the participants who come, they understand this and live this. It is a container of meaning, of very significance. It creates dreams, it creates wishes. People come from all over the world to do this experience. And I was thinking, it's a thought of movement between legend and future, between future vision and reality. It is something that is also a memory. It's an archive, it's reputation. Also, we will, talking about responsibility, we will start this work to start the supply chain of the automotive, which is not only something that doesn't only put the major players of these the supply chains, but also the collectors. It's a cultural asset. It's also a challenge to create new professional possibilities for artisans who can work, who can renovate the cars, who can work on these pieces of art and renovate them. This is something that we will call an institutional or business collection, which will start soon. It is something that is it is a recounting of the past. It is consciousness. It is awareness. I must thank very much our team. I owe them a lot. I want to read it. It is the skeleton, muscle, and bones of this project, of this reality. Surely, that or challenging that boldness that we have is part of our work. To make Miglia, we need courage to be able to go into the future, but also the intelligence of the people mainly of Brescia to believe in it and make it possible. There's heritage, there's the drivers, so the passion, the power, the muscles. Those people, the drivers in the past were holding on for their dear life as they were driving through the roads. But they were determined, they had vision. Those drivers today are replaced by an international community, which is very important and a measure of pride for our company. They are our future. But at the end, why is Miglia special? I believe because it belongs to the people. Because when we pass, the awe, the excitement, the smiles that we see on the people's faces is something really unique. It's the excitement, it's the surprise that we see on people's faces, which is very important. Miglia is special because it is really felt by the people. It is felt as a part of the people. It's part of the people, part of the communities, part of our country. That's why it's special, and it must be protected.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you. Thank you, Alberto. Alberto, I must say that when I meet a man of numbers who speak all with his heart, I get very enthusiastic. Thank you. Thank you for these words. He cited Alberto Piantoli, the speciality of Miglia, its uniqueness. There are some areas which are classic and which wait every year for Miglia to arrive. And then there are others which maybe in this moment are a bit worried because they never come. And then there are those who are very happy who finally Miglia will come. So I'm going to ask Giuseppe Cherubini, who is the father of the route, who designs it with so much love, to come and tell us about it. Thank you, Giuseppe. I need a piece of paper because this year, as you heard, we have changed a lot and there's so many firsts. And my first mile from 1,600 to 2,200 meters. Besides the fact that this year, that on the 5th of October, there was born the Guardia di Finanza. And from here, we have various representatives, but also on the 11th of June, we leave from Brescia. On the 12th-20, we'll go to Palazzolo, we'll go to Bergamo, and then we'll go to the Academic of the Financial Guards. And now I need my glasses because I don't want to stop there. We will do time trials. We'll go to Novara Bercelli. The first leg will stop in Torini and everybody will be in Piazza San Carlo. It's the first time that the re-evocation arrives in Torino, and the administration has been so welcoming, and it makes us so worried, sorry that we came 80 years later. On the second leg, we'll go to Torino, we go to Acquiterme, and then to Genova. Genova is another reality that will be, for the first time we'll be there. For the first time we'll have lunch in the antique port, which will be open for us, and we will have a great welcoming from Genova. After that, we're going to La Spezia, and we'll go for the first time to the port of the military port, the arsenal of La Spezia, who are welcoming us, and there we will have some time trials. I must say that all the police, the army, everybody, the financial guards, the carabinieri, and also the marine are present in our convoy, and this helps us and gives us great pride. Then we're going to Massa, and we will finish our second leg at Viareggio, also here to remind the 100 years of the death of Puccini. And we'll have dinner in a beautiful area, just to remind this, because we'll go to Torre del Lago in the great Giacomo Puccini Theatre, which I would like really to evidence this. After that, from Viareggio, from Cittadella to Carval, we'll go to Lucca, where there will be some time controls, time trials, and then we'll go to Pontedera, Rosignano, Bibbione, Castagneto, Carducci, where exactly all the Carduccis will be going through, because it's a part of Tuscany which really is absolutely beautiful, and the foreigners always show that they love and admire so much art land. After that, we'll have lunch in Castiglione della Pescaia, while Ferrari Tribute will continue to Grosseto, because they'll have lunch at the military airport of the 4th Storm of the Horse. Then we'll come to Marta Viterbo and to go to finish our third leg in Rome, in Villa Borghese, and then all the participants will be presented in Via Veneto. The fourth leg, Rome, Civita Castellana, Miglia, with its wonderful Duomo, Solomeo, where we'll have lunch, Passignano sub Transimeno, and then also we'll stop to have a time control in Siena, and then through Chianti, Prato, we will go through two of the passes of the Futa Radicosa to stop the fourth leg in San Razzo di Savena. And the next day, Bologna, Ferrara, where there'll be time trials in the piazza, Villa Franca, and then we'll go to Garda Lake, Simeone, Desenzano, and Salò, And then after 2,200 kilometers, 144 time trials, 8 average trials, we come back to Brescia. And it's already been reminded that somebody already said that Ferrari said nothing can show better our event like us, because we get beautiful operas of art from the garage and we make them live with their noise and with their passions. We show to everybody that the most beautiful race in the world is in the most beautiful country in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much also for reminding us of Enzo Ferrari. It was also his definition of the most beautiful race in the world. It's because he also took part in Miglia. But Miglia, of course, history and tradition, but also evolution. And I want to remind you that last year we were witnesses of a wonderful project with Marco Mezzotto, who was inside a car. It wasn't him driving, but it was an autonomous driving. As usual, the projects are usually have an evolution, and this year it will have a great important evolution. And Professor Savaresi will tell us of the Polytechnic of Milan. Please, thank you. Welcome. Last year, how many kilometers, and this year, what is the objective?
Last year, we got the authorization to do 50 kilometers. This year, we wanted to have 1,000 kilometers, but we are very proud to announce that we have obtained from the ministry the possibility to do more than 1,000 kilometers authorized on a public road along the route of Miglia. I wanted to just take this opportunity to say some things which are some very important things. The first, we would like to reveal the new car on Sunday. I tell you, it is a Maserati, completely electric, also autonomous, but electric. So very, very happy to reveal this car to everybody. Very important thing to say is that this project started last year. It gave a big launch and is generating lots of projects of sustainable mobility. I never get tired of saying that autonomous driving is not a gadget, but it's a technology that will change radically towards a higher sustainability, will make our life more sustainable. I'm very happy that this project created from a lot of courage, and I thank a lot all the people around Miglia who have supported us and gave us a lot of support. This is generating a lot of projects of sustainable mobility. Before I was speaking to Dr. Piantoni, saying how I'd like to see in the next years in Brescia and Lombardia in Italy, projects of sustainable mobility, of autonomous sustainable mobility, and to say that the source was the Miglia of 2023 and also the one of 2024. The last thing I'd like to say, I work within autonomous engineering. There are a lot of projects around the world which develop this technology, but I'm sure that we have a unique project in the world that connects a high level, an extremely high level of technology. But I'm very proud to say this, with an aspect of history and culture, of heritage, which is part of our beautiful Italy and especially that of Brescia. And this is a combination which is completely unique. There is nothing in the world that is absolutely anything like this project that we are doing here. So I'm really happy, and I would love to explain. I would love to have you all at the unveiling on Sunday. We will show our new car, thanking everybody for the opportunity and hoping that this can contribute to improving our country and the sustainability of our country.
Thank you, Professor. So, from 50 to 1,000 is a lot. It's a big evolution. Well done. And good luck. Our partners, our sponsors, are essential starting from Chopard. So I'm asking Simona Zito to come onto the stage. Thank you, Simona. Welcome. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon to everybody. What to say? Well, first, Miglia is our comfort zone. It's our family. We are completely at our ease. It's more than 37 years that we collaborate with Miglia, and this beautiful partnership is born from a pure passion, a passion for the historical cars of Schäufele, our co-president. He loves these cars and waits every year this moment. And so for 37 years that we are together with Miglia, not only the stars, but also the great partnership. And Alfredrik Schäufele will take part in Miglia with Jackie X, which is a friend of the brand and historical Formula One driver. But he's also won more than 6 24 Le Mans races. And also this year, we will have our limited series of Miglia watches, especially only for Italy. There are only 100 pieces, which we propose and which we will launch in the occasion of the start on Tuesday the 11th. And it will be possible to see it and to buy it only in Italy. This is because the link between Chopard and Miglia is a link, yes, born from the passion, but also from a closeness to the territory. And from this, I'd also like to thank, personal, but also on behalf of Mr. Schäufele, a thankful to Dr. Bonomi, Dottoressa Sautini, and Dr. Piantoni for all the work that they've done in these years to grow Miglia, to increase it, to make it not only a local event but an international one, and to show that the whole world knows the beautifulness and the resources of our country. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Simona Zito, Chopard Italia. And now Simona reminded us of the long tradition of friendship between and the closeness and passion of Chopard and its co-president for the historical cars. And they're also historical, new and old and new sponsors. And I'd like to say hello to Managing Director JP Morgan, Sara Catania. Please come up onto the stage. Welcome. Thank you.
We are hoping to also do 37 years. Start from there. First of all, thank you very much. Thank you all to all the presidents and the organizers and the administration of Brescia to allow us to start this new journey together. Because I'd like to start why statewide JP Morgan has decided to start being a partner of Miglia as a banking partner. For those who know little of us, could be surprised by the reality and the fact that the choice came from the idea to make our territory and our values known. So there are very important reasons to share the values of the brand, but also this enhancing of the territory, which is a key ingredient for the future. First of all, when I think of passion, such incredible passion, technique, all together with a big project towards the future, attention to the territory is something very, very similar to what JP Morgan thinks. In fact, with Miglia, we like to be an excellent reality, a reality which pays a lot of attention to skills, to development of talents, and to technology. And we have spoken a lot about technology as one of the key elements and founding elements of our financing future. But probably the aspect that I really feel very strongly is the great sense of responsibility and also reputation, and the idea of a give back to the communities in which we work. JP Morgan works in 55 countries all over the world, over 200 years. We've always tried to be doing it with a lot of attention and care for the territory in which we work. We spoke about social responsibility, especially not many know that for many years in all the countries, especially in Italy, we have been having great collaborations with the third sectors. So because we try to activate inclusive projects with more fragile sectors. We're speaking about before the world of professionals, and we speak a lot also about now the youthful and entrepreneurial state, and this is something which is very important to develop their skills. Then obviously we are very enthusiastic to be part of an event that crosses through Italy, that enhances all the cultural and artistic value, but also a project that has changed. This project, let's say this transition from race to brand, and as Miglia, like us, tries to bring onto the table big future themes such as sustainability, technology, attention and care. These efforts, these are things that we really feel ourselves very close to Miglia. And then internationalizing. Miglia has a capacity like very few other companies like us. They are like us in which we try to capture the attention of a great international community. In this we are very similar, and that is why we would like to start working together, that we hope will continue for many years. I thank very much the organization for the opportunity. I thank the city of Brescia. I thank you all very much for having us here, and a big good luck to everybody.
Thank you, Sara Catania, and welcome to JP Morgan Private Bank. Before ending, I'd like to say, as Cherubini already said, not only the 250 years of the financial guys, I'd like Colonel Francesco Maccheroni to come up. Welcome 1,774 legions and a grenadier and a rifleman here.
Yeah, this is a big honor, and we're very proud to be part of a brand that is Italian and that is being taken all over the world. We share two key elements: the boldness and the let's say the future way of working. We are very future also in our Guardia Finanza. This is something that I've been hearing a lot this morning. Boldness and audacity and courageousness. We want to be able to integrate our system to launch a message of both a financial message and also to everything to the citizens, which is we're doing through Miglia. For 250 years we have been collaborating, and we have three values: value, style and history. And this characterize our country, and Miglia is a very important trend. We will give you the support in tradition and in future. The tradition and the future, because we will have in Formentone our vehicle, which is an enormous means of transport, with children and young people can also do some scouting in Brescia in the near future, where they can see what is the technology of the Guardia Finanza, which is made up of analyzing risks of future, and also the tradition, which is together with culture, so Brescia, because we continue in this tradition of culture, because we'll present with our band at the beginning, at the start, at the race also, but also at the village, at the start of the race, we will have our band. Today we also have certain anecdotes that we would like to tie to our classic cars, because not only to augment, let's say, to enhance the imagination of everybody, but also to allow us to be closer to the city and to Italy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel. So, I'm very in love with history, and because I had the fortune of speaking or hearing a story from before. I'd like you to hear it too. The Colonel said, so I'm going to ask the Lieutenant Furlo to tell us, because the innovation, when it marries the history and innovation, is very interesting. Colonel Furno, can you please tell us what you told me of an operation which the historical guards did?
Yes, I was saying before that we will participate with 3 classic means. One is static and 2 are dynamic. The Fiat 1100-103 and Alfa Romeo 103 and a Fiat Campagnola R59, which this Fiat was a protagonist of an important chasing in July 53. There was a contraband group, and we were fighting against the Chrysler, and we were chasing this Chrysler, and we were following Erwin Rommel, and it was a very important race, a very important chase. And then we were found along the Swiss borders, and then it was found also in the Corso Sempione in Milan. Part of the race will be a very important means, because in 1954 these means were leaving from these means of transport were leaving from the headquarters. It started going from 54 to 56. The city of Trieste was administered by an Anglo-American group, and the Guardia Finanza was the only one that had this type of Alfa Romeo. This was bought by the Arese company from Alba, and subsequently was then given for other types of events, for other types of manifestations. And it will show the flags and all the symbols of the times. Also against the contraband groups, we also created some kind of courses in Monza with Alfa Romeo technologists, such as they are called now Alfisti, and they now teach how to use these various cars and how to chase. Or this is something that happened in the past, and now our heritage, administrative heritage, is part of has these cars within them, and they're also very, very distinguished by the name Leonessa. And this is something that ties us to the city of Brescia, because that is the name of the city of Brescia.
Thank you.
If I can, just one thing more, I would just like to say about Dr. Cherubini was saying we'll pass through the wonderful places of Giacomo Puccini. They don't know that was also a part of the Guardia Finanza. When the maestro made composed Turandot, around he had the brigades of the Orbetello area of the Guardia Finanza, and this was something that they gave a homage to the brigadiers, because they were like 15 or 16 kilometers where they were trying to stop the contraband groups, and to make their life easier, they made let's say kind of a link with the commander, and they gave him the donkey so that they could protect these roads much easier. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I must say that the Colonel Furno has a series of stories which are extraordinary. Thank you very much for having told them to us. The last speech is for the Red Cross Italy. It's 160 years, another great reaching. And there's Caroline David. Welcome and thank you. Thank you and welcome. The Red Cross Italy, very, very emotional and proud for this possibility that you've given us to participate in the 2024 Miglia, the most beautiful race in the world, and the volunteering association, biggest in the world, come together in this history. And they do this in a very particular moment. They do it in a time where the Red Cross is a particular moment, because on the 15th of June, when In Brescia will arrive the first participants. In Milan, we will celebrate the 160 years of the Red Cross, of the Italian Red Cross, 160 years of a long history. We have been very close to the Italians in good moments and also in bad moments of our country, during conflicts, armed conflicts, during natural disasters. 2 words solely have been repeated this morning, often: future and history. The future of this arrow is at my end the story. The Red Cross launched in 2022 a very important campaign in line with the institutional mandate to have humanitarian rights. And this campaign has as its rights along future and history. Let's protect it. The Red Cross could not be close to Miglia because Miglia tells the history of our country. It shows and introduces to Italians and many foreigners our story. And with the participation of the Red Cross in Miglia, we would like to sensibilize the participants and the local administrations and all Italians of the importance of how to protect our heritage. We're doing this following a very important job, which is our town in Brescia has done, that in 2023, which was at the time was capital of history, with the blue show, which it had all throughout the Miglia. We will see the volunteers of the Red Cross and the administrations of the local towns to give them a symbolic, this blue shield of the heritage. And we'll ask them to protect, in case of any fight or war, to protect our goods and our heritage. And this is what we beg for peace, and this is what we share with Miglia. Thank you. Thank you, and good Miglia to the Red Cross. So, as you can see behind the red drape, there's the route. And now we are inviting you, all the photographers and the cameramen, to go there to unveil the route. Thank you, Councillor, President Bonomi, President Sautini, and we'll see you all through all the collateral events during Miglia. And of course, switch on the engines and see you on Tuesday, and long live Miglia.